This is Adventures of Snikanick. Today we are at the museum. I forgot which one already. It's over there. Let's go over there. Go check it out first.
I'm not. Okay.
Not what?
Nothing. This is gonna be bad.
Why?
Because I walked too close.
Well, back up a bit. You are upstairs here. There's really cool artifacts of the past. The messenger bag. It's sick. I know what's in it. Wave back.
Yeah, it's an actual like tree. The first is part of the uniform.
Yeah. What's the uniform?
So this is a Waves, part of a Waves uniform. So that would have been the Navy, the women's. Women accepted into volunteer the service. Might be voluntary. So I have to check.
Volunteer service?
Yeah. So. But yeah, I believe that this purse is probably.
It's a Birkin bag. No.
But look, the purse is part of the uniform. Because you know, you gotta have pockets.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, hello.
Hello. Another reenactor.
Yes,
Hi.
she knows more about. Yep.
The wave's tail?
This would be my Waves display.
Yep, that's her wave.
Yep.
Right there. That's what she wore.
What I want to know is why is it volunteer service? Is it because they weren't drafted?
Because all women were voluntary.
Did they? But they got paid.
Yeah, but they just volunteered to join.
Oh, here comes the troops. Hey, how we doing?
Good.
That's good. So, I was wondering if one of you guys can give me a rundown on what the weapons are, so I'm not misinforming the people that are going to be watching this.
Sure. What would you like to learn about first? You just want me to go from the top down?
Yeah, top from the bottom, or top to the bottom, all the way around.
Sure. So this gun right here is called a Sten gun. It's basically made out of a pipe. Welded together, it takes about 8 hours to make one start to finish. There's a 9mm submachine gun. The British didn't have any submachine guns during the beginning of World War II, so they needed machine guns pretty quick. They were cheap and easy to manufacture. As a stopgap, they did buy Thompsons from the United States for gold. But these took, like I said, 8 hours to make. A Thompson took over 100 man-hours to make, and you can make 11 of these for the cost of one Thompson. They're not pleasant to really shoot. They're not really pleasant to hold. They're kind of wonky and sharp. They're meant to work, and they're meant to be fast to manufacture. So, the rifle we have beneath it is a holdover from World War I. Is a Canadian Ross rifle. Is a weird, straight pull action, basically designed as a target rifle at the time where there was no war. So it was a great target rifle for international military shooting competitions. Canada took the gold 11 years in a row at the turn of the last century with it. It didn't really survive use through World War I. The tolerances were so high, it didn't handle the water and the mud and stand in the dirt very well. Beneath that, we have a PIOP, anti-tank weapon. It looks like a rocket launcher, but it is not rocket powered. It's essentially a giant slingshot. It runs off a big spring. So most rocket launchers had an effective range of 600 to 800 yards. This thing had an effective range of about 30 to 40. You had to get very, very uncomfortably close to a tank in order to kill a tank with it. It had these big things down here for you to stand on so you could cock the spring. Oftentimes it would still take 2 people to cock the rifle. On the other side here, we have a smattering of kind of more standard rifles of World War II. On the bottom, we have what would be used. It was the leftover from World War I as well, but it was used as the standard until 1942. It is the short magazine Lee Enfield #1 Mark III Star. That's kind of a mouthful, but as they would change the gun, they would add marks and stars and everything for upgrades and stuff like that. But it was a design that basically remained unchanged from 1904 until 1942. This is a rifle that was made in America during World War I, when the British could not produce enough rifles. This is a Winchester P14. They were also made by Remington. Other than that, it's meant to function the same way as a lot of the SMLDs. They were not as well liked, having a longer bolt throw. They were not as fast, and they only held 5 rounds instead of the Lee Enfield's 10. The soldiers liked having that 10 rounds if they needed it. Above that, we have the number 4. The number 4 is essentially a number 1 Mark III that is just faster and cheaper to produce. It's heavier because it's faster. It's a milled block. The receiver has it's a lot rougher, but it's still shot very fast. 10 round tactical box magazine, still took the same clips and the same ammo as all the other rifles. Over here we have a Lewis gun. Lewis gun is one of the first.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. That's a drum magazine, isn't it?
That's right, the Pan magazine.
Pan magazine, yeah.
And that was one of the first successful air-cooled machine guns in the world. As you can see, it looks like it has a big barrel on it. It's actually just a jacket. The jacket protects aluminum fins that are coming off of the barrel in order to cool the gun. If you see down here beneath the Pan magazine, you could see some of those fins, and they create air channels all the way down the length of the barrel. The extra aluminum acted as a heat sink, making it longer to heat up because there's more mass there. And it would actually work as a cooling mechanism for the rifle as well. As you fire the bullets out of the barrel of the Lewis gun, it creates a vacuum in the jacket which will pull air across those fins, cooling the rifle. Next to that, we have a number 1 Mark III standard World War I bolt action rifle converted to launch grenades.
Oh, is that what is that at the
Yes.
end? Oh, I thought it was a suppressor at first.
Wire wrap, because the rounds that we were putting in there would be way overloaded. They're blanks. It's essentially a round with no bullet in it. It's just crimped, but it is full of powder all the way. It was meant to throw a grenade up to 400 yards. You'd have a grenade there next to it. It was a standard British mill bomb hand grenade that you could screw a plate into the bottom. You would put it into the cup, you would have somebody pull the pin. It is still a standard hand grenade. You had to pull the pin, and then you would have somebody very quickly shoot a blank propel that grenade up to 400 yards.
That's cool. And then there's your standard hand grenades, right? Or is that grenade or is that? Oh no, it's
That's
part of the
cleaning brush.
cleaning brush. Okay, I remember in one of the games that I've played called World at War, Call of Duty World at War, where the grenades were more of like a thing on a stick.
The Germans had them.
Yeah, the German. Okay, yeah, the German.
Hand grenade, high explosive grenade as opposed to a fragmentation grenade, and it was on a stick to make it easier to throw. Also, the Germans quickly learned that if you throw a grenade uphill and it's round like all the American and British ones, they tend to roll down the hill or down when they blow up. If you put the stick on it, it doesn't roll down the hill. So keeps it where it's supposed to go. It also is a lot easier to throw.
Yeah.
Messing up your arm. These are heavy. If you throw them wrong, like they're way heavier than a baseball, and you can hurt your shoulder. You can't just line drive it. You have to lob it. There's a technique to it. Whereas with stick grenade, you can just, it's a lot more ergonomic to throw.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
What's your name?
Devin.
Devin? Nice to meet you, Devin. No. Here we are at the obstacle course. I am gonna go through the obstacle course. And I have my girlfriend over here.
All right. He's signed up and ready to go. You want to grab a helmet and rifle?
Can you hold this for me? Are you taping right now?
Yes.
That one might
Festival.
like, we're good.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big one.
Okay.
I would have seen the little range.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I need your help. Can't see that well.
Don't need any buckle. Oh, yeah.
He might fall. I'm gonna go over here.
That's the safe one. You know that? Okay. Dive under that thing. There you go. All right, Nicholas. Tell me when you're ready. We're gonna time you, bud. All right. You ready?
Go!
In my gun! Oh!
Oh my god.
Good far.
How was that? That was good.
The First World War I had a bigger foregrip, so you wouldn't burn yourself as much. A rounder sight. Along with that, a semi-auto function. Now, going to World War II, we had the right side of going, why not have two fully automatic settings, one faster than the other? That's what we went with. Now, this also shoots 30-06. So the Springfield, the M1 Grand, if something happened to my bar and I couldn't get it anymore or was broken, I could just pick up an M1 Grand or Springfield and just keep on going with the same ammunition I had. Now, the bar used a 20-round magazine. Now, that didn't last too long, so to compensate for that, I would have 2 to 3 guys follow me around with bandoliers of my ammunition and magazines. So when I was shooting at something, they would just hand me a mag every time I was out just to keep me going. And the main purpose of the bar for me, what I would do is if my squad was attacking or was getting attacked, what we ended up doing is I would go to the front and suppress the tree line or anything that's in front of me just to make sure whatever's shooting at us has their head down, while the rest of the squad moves around, either eliminates the threat or finds a way out. But that is the VAR. That's it?
So Tommy going.
This is the M1A1 Thompson. This is the second variation of the Thompson that came out. The first one came out in the early 20s, and he tried to sell it to the military. The military said, we don't want that fancy gun. So he made it all nice and pretty, and he sold it over the counter to you at your local hardware store. And that's where all the gangsters fit in it. Right? It had this really nice rib barrel to cool it down. It had the cut compensator to make the muzzle climb. But that one carried either the big round drum or the stick. So you see the gangster guns with the drums? They were carried in 1921 or 28. So 1928, the military started getting interested, and they started buying these. But they said, we need a whole lot of them, and we need them fast, and we need them cheaper, we need them now. So this is the second variation, which is cheaper and now. Doesn't have all the little frills like the early ones did. This one won't take a drum anymore. Okay, but it'll take a stick magazine, either in a 20 round or a 30 round. So I can carry as many rounds in my 20 and 30 round stick as my 50 round drum. It's a lot easier to load.